I think we should ban it. Ban it all.
All right. So this is
Right. Anyway.
Comic Book Club. Detective Comics New 52 #1 was Matt's choice. Matt likes comics, so we are going to let Matt take it away.
Hi, my hands aren't working properly right now, so I'm not going to open the book. I'm having problems dropping things a lot today. So I'll just give my quick synopsis. All right, this is part of the New 52 rebranding with a cover date of November 2011, released on September 7th, 2011, as the first way, as is the second, what's the best way to put it? The second week of the New 52, because the week before they had released Justice League 1 by itself. This was from the first batch of the full things. Okay, synopsis. With 114 kills to his name, Batman knows that the Joker is the most dangerous foe he has ever faced, and right now, he is on the loose. Somewhere nearby. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay. A crazy Joker is locked in a brawl with a man wearing a mask out of human skin. In the fight, the Joker says out the man's not worth, but his teeth are suddenly knocked out. Wait, that's not what. Sorry, rips out the man's throat with his teeth before repeatedly stabbing him with a knife. Sorry, guys. Using a remote-controlled robot, that's what he calls it, Batman manages to track the Joker alone. As he tries to get him, the Joker uses an explosive to escape, and the building goes up in flames. Batman starts to go, but gets distracted by an 11-year-old girl begging for help. At the same time, the Gotham City Police Department arrive, and on the mayor's orders, try to arrest Batman as a dangerous vigilante. Batman fights them briefly until Gordon arrives and makes sure the cops look after the girl so Batman can escape. Later, Batman answers the bat signal, and he and Gordon talk about the Joker. He warns Batman that the mayor of Gotham City, a man by the name of Hardy, who's seeking re-election, blames him for all of the recent crazy deaths going on in the city. Gordon mentions the girl knows the location of the Joker's hideout that was rescued from the fire. The police arrive at the address given only to find an exploding dummy of the Joker. From a distance, Batman sees the bomb effect and all of the dead officers as a result. Batman notices that one person is walking away and not being a looky-loo. Because, which in his mind he knows that's usually the guilty party because they know what's going to happen. Joker gets on a train and Batman follows him. And despite his knife wounds, he manages to capture the Joker, who is then taken to Arkham Asylum. When left alone, a man called the Dollmaker, whose first appearance is this book, by the way, enters the room. It turns out that the Joker had planned the whole thing just to be here to meet with the Dollmaker. Joker tells him that he killed his son, who was the guy he took out the throat with his teeth, because he only wants this to be done by the father's expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dollmaker ends up cutting off the Joker's face, and Joker loves the pain. Tonight, they celebrate the Joker's rebirth, and that's the end of the book.
And well, the very last panel is the Joker's face stuck to a wall.
Yes, and that is pretty cool. I can't show. I would have shown that. If
I will also argue that I think that this is a cameo, not a first appearance.
Yeah.
Well, and it's listed. It says first appearance of the Dollmaker, The doll maker in his 4 appearances never appears for more than 3 pages. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so it's hard to say. The doll maker has a daughter who ends up doing who's shown more than the person there.
So all of the Dollmaker appearances combined is like 12 pages.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
His next appearance is in number 2 of Detective Comics. Then it's this number 6 of Detective Comics, and I don't remember what the 4th one is. But in the 4th one, he dies, so he's done.
All right.
He will be missed.
Mhm. So I will start with the cover art. If I could get one of you guys to show the panel of the Joker's face, that'd be great at the end.
I don't have the
I-
issue. Anybody else?
Well, let's see here.
I don't think
I'll
so.
risk it. I'll risk it.
Put the tape away. Yep.
Yeah. Let's
It's
see
a pretty,
here.
pretty creepy panel at the very end.
It is absolutely creepy.
It's something. There you go.
And honestly, I picked this book because the cover here shows 2 of the most creepy things I've ever that scare the crap out of me. Clowns
Oops.
and doll heads. Doll faces.
Oh yeah.
I can handle demons. I can handle monsters. For some reason, doll heads and clowns scare the living crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So this book was
Pretty scary.
interesting as all.
Mm-hmm.
This, of course, is a New 52 initiative. So the whole point behind it was that the superheroes were 5 years ago. It's particularly in Batman and Superman, where the Detective Comics was 5 years ago, at least at first for Batman, and Action was 5 years ago for Superman, where their named titles was the current day. Detective ended up going to current day not long after the start, though. But this is supposed to be the first time that Batman ever captures Joker in this new run. The writer was Tony Salvador, Salvador Daniel. The penciler was also Tony Salvador Daniel, with inks by Ryan Wynn. Now, cover, haunting, scary, fascinatingly so. I give it a 4.
Refreshing. I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
Interior art is very, very a lot of the same. Since I have the book open, I'll see. Is this cool splash shot of the Batman? There is the details in the fights. Look at the mouth, for example, in the middle of the one page. Close up of the mouth. There's a little girl as she's discovered as you can see the apartment goes on fire. For its attention to detail and background, I'm actually going to give the interior art a 4 as well. And the writing, good story, great story, great way to introduce the Joker for a new age, so to speak. I'm going to give the story a 4.5. This is one of my favorite stories, and it happened to hit in week 1, right? One of my favorite stories of the New 52. So overall, greater than the sum of its parts. Again, 4.5. I really, really liked it.
Okay. Great job, Matt.
And I'm going to TM to go next.
All right. Very nice.
This book sucked zeros all across. No, I like this story. It picked up. You do have this aspect of like, why is the Joker doing what he's doing? He's after something or someone. You know that from the very start of the book. Batman's going after him, keeping his eyes closed, and just going after Joker when there's a bigger picture, as the Joker says. I liked it. It picked up and just ran with it and didn't stop. It kept the action up, kept the suspense up, and it escalated the story as we went. there was a few issues I had with the art, mostly just one. There was a scene where Batman pushes the Joker up against the wall, and I don't know what they were going for or what they were trying to do, but it just looks like somebody was just like, oh, we'll just kind of half-ass it. Nobody will notice. Well, I noticed. So that's going to get a bad score for me. But other than that, the art is really good. It was quick read. It didn't take no time to set up what's going on, what's going to happen in future issues. So it was a good setup issue in that standard. All right, so cover. Cover is something that, like, I don't know, it draws you to the cover. Like, I don't know, when I saw it, I was drawn to it. I was like, oh, this is a cool looking cover. So I will give the cover a 4. Interior art. Now that scene, like, it's near the end of it. I don't know if you guys know which scene I'm talking about, where Batman puts Joker up against the wall. It kind of just looks like they just did nothing. Like, I get what they were trying to go for, like, oh, he's breaking the wall, but that's not really drawn well at all. It looks actually like metal and then some scribbles, but that was it. So other than that, the art was really good. There was some shadow scenes with Batman. You'd see like half his face and stuff, and the end scene with the Joker. That was really good art. So for the interior art, I will give 3.5. I don't know why it says TM17.
It's based your age.
Okay.
I don't know.
Should I fill this out for Biggie? I'll put 4, and then I'll put 3.5. All right, and story, like I said, it was pretty. It's a pretty cut and clean story in that it set up what was happening, what the Joker's doing. It did set up like a mystery element. Who is this person that Joker wanted just like a private session with? He didn't want his son, who he killed, which I'm surprised that the doll maker is actually going to help him after he killed his son. And it was like the Joker's crazy, thinking like, oh, I'm going to let him just work on me after I killed his son, and he's probably not too happy about that. But so it sets up that the Joker, of all people, like, his fascination with Batman is high, but it's like he's fascinated with the doll maker. He's just like, I want the best of the best. So it kind of sets up this character being like, oh, who's this shadowed figure? Because they don't really show his face. So they did a very good job at like being like, okay, I want to read the next issue. And that's what a comic should do. So I will give the story a 4.
Okay, what was your inside art score, TM?
3.5.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
And then for story it's 4, and then overall I'll give it a 4.
A 4? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I'll pick D.
All right, it's me. So I'll get into my scores. I really enjoy, like, I didn't enjoy a lot of New 52 things, but New 52 Batman was really good. And I enjoy stories where you see Batman's internal monologue and he's talking about the Joker. I love that. Like, seeing like how his brain is taking it in and dealing with it. Talking about his kill count early on in the book is really cool. And just seeing him trying to process like this creature that is so different than him. The interior art I'm a big fan of Tony Daniel. Uh, there are some panels that are really, really good. And like TM said, there are some that are eh. Um, but overall, the ones that needed to hit hard, he did a good job. Um, and I loved like a panel like this where you see um a look of emotion on a Joker's face that isn't just a smile. I like that kind of detail, and he did it well. Um, and you see a little bit of fear on him, which is cool. And usually the Joker isn't afraid, so knowing that Batman can put a little fear into him is cool. I like that, Batman is a way better fighter than the Joker. Like that's always been, for the most part, that's always been the case. Um, but still, the Joker being able to sneak in a couple knife hits on Batman and gets them, and I love that kind of detail. Um, it was a cool book, and I had never actually read this one before. I know that the Joker had his face taken off, um, but and I knew this was the issue. I just never read it. The New 52 Batman I read was the main title, but getting to see this panel, oh my shit froze. All right, well that's dead. Um, but getting to see the face at the end was really cool. So overall the cover, um, cool cover, but not like wow to me. So I give that a 3.5. Interior art, I also give a 3.5 because I liked it a lot, but it wasn't always consistent. So 3.5 is above average. The story, story was okay. I'll give that a 3. Overall, I give it a 3.5. And I've whenever you're lower than other people, you feel like you did it a little dirty, but 3.5 means I enjoyed the book. Um, but 3.5 also means I'm probably not going to reread it a bunch of times. So, um, yeah, man, that's my score. I'm going to go with Matt next. I'm just kidding. I know he picked the book. We'll go with Biggie.
All
Alan
right,
feels
I'm having some internet issues, so I'm on my phone, so I'm moving a little slower. And my kid is definitely giving me all the grief he can because internet is gone. But cover, not bad. I'll give it a 3. Let me get my score going. I can't type in stuff quick as I can on my computer. I'm gonna go
If you
3.
want, I
It's
can
above
type it.
average. No, I got it. I'm just complaining a lot. Inside art, it was good. It was not bad. I did like the beat down that Batman was giving to the Joker. I like that kind of stuff. I'm gonna save my opinions for the story for the next, but yeah, inside art wasn't bad. So I'll go 3 again. All right, now the story. To me, this was a run of the mill Batman introduction for fans that haven't been following Batman. Maybe getting them comfortable with Gotham and Batman and the Joker and stuff, and it's always fun to see the Joker as the enemy. There's a little bit of the. I think the Joker has a fascination with cutting himself. Maybe plastic surgery, all that stuff. He just decided, I'm just going to rip it all off at the end. It wasn't the whole he ripped his face off thing wasn't like, oh man, that's neat. I don't know how y'all took it, But for me, it was just like, okay, he ripped his face off, you know. So I wasn't aware of this story. It's not something that would get me super excited. I'm not really too concerned about the next issue. I mean, I guess it's cool that the one character makes a cameo, the doll maker or whatever. But I'm gonna go 2.5. I'm not too super impressed with it. And overall, yeah, I mean, not much of a Batman guy, so I'm gonna go 2.5. I'm gonna hate it. I did like the action in it. So that leaves Big Alan.
Okay, so actually, it's interesting. So I'm sort of in line with both D and Biggie on this one. So one of the problems I find with modern comics, and this is going to be my complaint about this book, is
It wasn't
big
long enough.
big promises in terms of story that, oh, we're going to tell this big story, and very little delivery. So you feel like, oh man, where's the rest of the book? You know, I always feel that with modern books. I feel like there's so much more story that they should have told, but they're not very efficient about telling the story, and they just sort of, oh, let's milk this for as many issues as we can, rather than telling a story. And even the side of Biggie on this one, the cliffhanger of like, oh, they put Joker's face on the thing. Joker should be dead. Really.
He should be, but it's comics.
Yeah, I know. He's an expert, blah, blah, blah. You know.
How many
It's a
times
comic
has
book.
he fallen off of like a tall building and survived? That
One of
happens a
the
lot.
things, one of the things that I liked about this story was that it actually becomes a big deal, because later the Joker's face becomes this a quest object for the underground of Gotham, and then the Joker ends up getting it back and decides to just hang it on his face, so it's rotting and getting bad, like, you know. But he put his face back on and just hangs it. It's he
Okay.
is absolutely loony, and this is part of it all. Like, he's just,
Right.
you can't understand what anything going on in him.
Okay.
I know, but I thought it was kind of cool because there's a couple big story arcs where him having his face actually crack at some points was
Yeah,
part
that's
of
not
the.
very healthy. He wouldn't be very healthy, and he'd probably be, yeah. But okay. So that to me, I know that they were trying to go for the shock, the little bit of horror element there. Yeah, but it becomes, sometimes you can create, like, and this is the problem that happened with Marvel. When Marvel did the snap, that was the coolest thing that they could have done, but also the worst thing that they could have done. Because all of a sudden now you have to deal with, oh, there's a snap. Everyone, half the population is gone. Half the heroes are gone. They come back 5 years later. There's all this mess that you have to deal with that makes it really hard for future storytelling, right? It's actually messes up the whole universe.
I think the worst thing that they did was call it Endgame and give you like,
Yeah,
this is it.
like,
You guys don't have to continue. This is
yeah, so this
direction.
one kind of had that same thing with Joker. In a way, I was thinking, oh, is Joker dead? Like, did they kill off the Joker to be really crazy? I know that they didn't, he should be dead. Sorry. But, okay. So, I know it was expertly done and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, for me, I just felt that was just a little bit weak. And I really do think there was a few things like, I don't know. I can see them trying to like reach for a bigger story, but I didn't feel like it really captured that bigger story in a way. And maybe that was kind of the feeling. So I didn't really feel like it was cool, but at the same time, it's like, something's not quite
I feel
right.
like you guys were just stuck at the end though. Like,
No. It was the whole way through. I actually, when the book started, actually was like, oh, this is going to be really cool. They set up. I could tell that this is the new 52. They're setting up a new universe. They're setting up, and they're kind of whenever you start new, you can start new and fresh, right? You can do whatever way you want, but they kept a couple of the old things. They established this new universe for Batman. They established the idea that he's still working with Commissioner Gordon. They have a good relationship. They trust each other. They established that Batman is a vigilante. That's all cool stuff. So he's kind of working inside but outside of the law. It's kind of a bit of a, and that's very typical for Batman. That's, they, just as Dee was saying, the internal monologue of Batman, I love that. I think it's like really going back to the roots of Batman being that detective and kind of like thinking through and walking through and trying to figure out what's going on. I like the fact that Joker is a good Moriarty, where he's like kind of like this character that's the foil, and he's like, Batman might be laser focused, but he might be missing the forest for the trees, and Joker is kind of like playing that mind game. That's all great stuff. I love all that. It's good stuff. But then I feel like it just kind of missed the mark. I just feel like something just didn't quite hit for me. And that's my complaint. And maybe it's because the fact that they ended with a gimmick. Maybe it's because it was too easy to catch the Joker, or maybe it was because of certain things. I just felt like, and they introduced characters that really don't have much impact. There's like little things. So for me, the cover. Looking at the cover, I remember it. Will I, always remember it? Maybe. I think it's a reasonable cover. It's better than average, so I'm going to give it a 3. The interior art, for me, it was mostly a hit. There was a couple misses, but for the most part, I actually like the panel that Dee showed with the Joker's face. I actually didn't like that panel. I thought it was like a little too simple, whereas other panels were actually really, really detailed, and there was like sort of mesh with the art, and some of the panels kind of I didn't feel like I could follow the story as well as if the art wasn't as distracting. There was parts where I found it a little bit distracting. So I'm going to give but it's better than average. So again, another 3. The story, big promises. I was actually going to give the story like a really low score. I was going to be brutal, but you guys kind of won me over with what some of you guys said. So I was coming in here going to give the story like a 2 or maybe a 1.5. You've pulled me up. You've changed my mind. So I'm just going to give it a 3. I feel like it's, you guys have kind of won me over on that. However, on the overall, this is one of those situations where I think it's actually weaker than the sum of its parts. And I'm going to give it a 2.5. Okay?
That's fair.
Okay. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, I kind of feel like I was a little too generous, actually. But that's okay. All right, here we go. Bang. So now we can overall talk about our opinions on our opinions now.
So I don't know. It's a modern comic. I wasn't like, this is a book that I think I heard about, that the Joker had lost his face. But this is at a time when I'm not reading the books. I'm not like, I'm away. I'm either dealing with my life. This is like early 2000s, right?
Yeah, it's 2011.
Oh, okay. So I got back into collecting heavily like 2018. I sort of would buy like the books that I already knew, but I never read. I wasn't buying anything off the newsstand from around 1999 to 2018. I wasn't buying anything off the newsstand at that point.
Like Dee, I wasn't a big fan. Okay, I tried to be Mr. Yay, New 52, but I was pissed that they were getting rid of Action and Detective and restarting them. I was really pissed,
Yeah, I wish they just kept that legacy numbering
exactly.
all the way through.
If they kept the legacy numbering, I might have lived with it better. And all new creative teams and the direction. I do not like what they did with Superman at all in the New 52. I think the first 5 or 6 issues of Superman itself was okay, like the first storyline,
Mhm.
and then there was a Legion storyline as number 2, which were really good, and Action Comics were not that as good. Okay, not the first Action Comics storyline went 19 issues. That was a little much.
Mhm.
Okay, piece by piece.
That's what I'm talking about. They really milk it. Like
They
for so
milk it
like I kind of wanted to like.
On the other hand, I did like the Legion and Supergirl. I did like Detective and Batman. They were really brilliant, at least for the first half of the New 52.
The ones that I really like.
Batman lost me when Commissioner Gordon went into the robot Batman, and Detective lost me when they started doing real out there stuff. It wasn't detecting.
Okay.
See, at least with this one, there's a little bit of detecting to it. Not
Yeah.
much, but a little bit. But
Yeah,
what
I like how and the Joker didn't make himself easy to grab either.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to make it elaborate, like he actually was trying to get away and stuff. Like the second time, like he did the thing and like tried to escape, making it seem like he actually was trying to escape. He ended up killing cops in the process, but that's who the Joker is. The
I
Joker's
think
just psychotic.
114 is a little low. I don't think they've got them all.
Yeah, you know what? I felt like it was actually too easy. You know, where
I think it's just how the book was just a really quick read, and that, and I get it. Like there's
there was no real mystery that he had to solve. Really,
no, there
And-
wasn't any mystery. There was just him going after the Joker, trying to figure out
Yeah.
what the Joker's after. And like I said earlier, he wasn't focused on anything else. Like there is factors that are happening outside. Even the Joker said that. So that's what made me being like, oh, I like it's setting up this new character, this new villain, and that it made it more mysterious and being like, okay, who is this guy that the Joker is so excited to meet, excited to be like, oh, there's a bigger picture, Batman, because you don't know who the doll maker is. He's got, and like, it makes me want to know more about, I know who the doll maker is, but it makes me actually want to know more about him by reading more issues. And I think they set that up and did that right. I do agree, like, the shock factor would probably turn people off. They could have cut it off without even showing the face and been like, okay, I'm interested in this new character.
But the New 52 tried so hard to be Dark Universe, and it was just too much.
So to me, the other problem, like as I said, they do. Well, I'm all of a sudden big. I control the world. Okay. So for me, this seemed like a prologue. It didn't seem like the actual story. That's maybe where I was going with it. Like I feel like they set up the universe. They set up. Oh, there's something weird going on with the doll maker. But I'm ready for this actual story. Okay, now start the story. Like this seems like that's where I feel like that lost a bit.
Well,
I
I checked the private chat. Biggie's put a score of 67.5 there. And when I put it on the list, this book falls at the exact midpoint of our chart.
Yeah,
go.
I think that's actually a good score for it then.
Man, my mic is high. Let me turn it down. Oh, here, yeah, it's all the way up.
So
So,
are
yeah,
you
that's
planning
better.
to do more of this series, Matt, or this is it?
No, I just picked. Okay, what happened was I randomly read the. I randomly had pulled it out when I was trying to file something, and I thought, "Oh, this is cool. Let me read it again." And then it got me thinking it'd be a good book for this. That's why.
Okay.
I just sometimes
I'm really looking forward
sometimes
to
you
my
distracted by
turn. By the
something.
way,
What? Sorry.
I think I'm waiting for my turn because of. I think you guys we need some more levity.
Hmm.
This is too much
Well,
dark stuff, and
As I said, this is my biggest. This is my biggest nightmare. Clowns
Yeah,
and
it-
doll heads. Like,
Mhm.
so to me, it was, like it was why I caught my eye again that I was going by on it.
Yes. For me, the book, I agree with Alan. I said it before, Alan, so I agree with myself.
Yeah.
The
I was
book
like
was,
nodding and smiling when you were talking about your review.
it was very, it was a small, it was a quick read, which I liked, but it felt like a story I read before. You know,
Hmm.
a lot of Batman issues are like this, and they added a little splice of, oh, he cut his face off. Ooh, so for me, it was just like kind of a letdown. I don't want to like have to depend on the next issue for a floppy to be worth more points. So whenever I read a floppy, I grade it for the floppy I got. Does it make me wonder what happens next? A little bit. Did I think that the skin on the fascia had more blood on it? Yeah. Would I have liked to seen him ripping the face off? Probably. But the rest of it was like, yeah.
Well, that's what a good
So
story does, though. It makes you want to go into the next issue. And this, I'm rating it on the fact that it made me want to go into the next issue, just like how
Yeah.
Journey into Mystery 83 made me want to read the next issue, because
Yeah,
I think
but
Journey into Mystery 83 is the highest book I've rated, and that's a Marvel book.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, like it made me want to read the next issue, and if it's a good story, makes you want to do that, then it should get a high score, because you're interested in the story going forward. They set it up for the way that you want it and stuff, and yeah, that just
I felt like all of it up until the face came off, I could have lived without the next issue. That's the only thing. And it's just a panel. It's smart, but if the face wouldn't have been there, I'd just been like, oh, it's just a normal ass detective #1. Like there's nothing to distinguish it from anything else.
what's
But
disappointing? What is disappointing is that issue 2 is not about the Joker at all.
Oh,
Issues 1 to 8 of Batman in the New 52 were the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls story that everybody knows. And issue 2, the Joker doesn't show up again till like issue 6 or 7 of Detective. And the problem is issue 2, they introduce the doll maker's daughter, and she goes on a killing spree. And the doll maker's in the background encouraging her, and he doesn't make a lot of appearances. As I said, he doesn't. That unfortunately is saddens me, like, because like I thought, that was my first New 52 disappointment. I thought, okay, the face is gone. What's next?
yeah, it feels like as a to be continued.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all my pick for next week.
Sure.
We read the previous issue on Collector Club. This is regarded as one of the best single issue Marvel issues. Funny enough, the issue before got a high score from us. It'll be interesting. I don't think it's going to outscore it, but I haven't read this. I remember a little bit. FF 53, Man or Monster. And with the FF movie coming, good timing.
Yeah, that's a perfect one. Good choice.
Thank you.
I've heard it's one of the most loved Thing stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right, well, Chonker's on Name That Key on Sector 2815. Is it 53? It's 53, ain't it? It's not 51? Hold on, I gotta make sure.
I'm going to be
No,
on
he's
Choco's
right.
channel
No, he's
on
right.
Saturday.
It's 51.
Oh,
actually.
cool.
Or is it 53? Oh, fuck, I gotta look.
Or are you doing the big comic
The big
show?
show thing or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. I'm going to be doing that on Saturday.
Who, me or y'all?
I am.
I'm not.
And after this, I'm going to go try to find a comic book.
Oh, I can't hear y'all.
Are you still
Still
looking
for it.
Oh, he's ironically looking for Nickel Comics 1 that we covered here.
Yeah, but where the hell did I put it? I don't know where I put it.
Oh, no, he's right. It's 51. Yeah. Thank you, Callie. 51. My bad. All right. Well, D, you had fun at your All In? You're muted. I'm
You're
sorry.
muted.
I did have a good time. I got to sit right next to the entrance ramp, which was
Nice.
a lot of fun. So a really good time had there.
Good. It looked like a bunch of good events. Comic Collector Geek, I got my Smash 14 from Yaniv today. Thanks for having a kick butt auction, Alan.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And he delivered it. He hand delivered it to him. They live pretty close, apparently.
Oh, well, that's that makes it easy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Well, we ain't gonna waste y'all's time. Thank you for coming. Friday night, I think Doc's sporadic, but I just tell y'all what's going on. So if Doc shows up, we're gonna drool over Fantastic Comics 3. I have never seen anybody show it. I want to see the book.
I'm getting that book soon, actually.
You're getting it too?
No,
Oh.
wait. Fantastic 3. No, I'm thinking. Fantastic 3 is the one with the robot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the greatest Lou Fine ever, dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking the other one. I'm thinking Terrific 3. I always get the two names mixed up. It's a thing. I'm getting a Terrific 3.
Yeah, there's a bunch of threes. You're right. Suspense 3, Terrific 3.
And
Fantastic
yeah, you're
3.
right. Suspense 3 is another big one. Terrific 3.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So yeah, if Doc comes, we'll hang out with Doc. If Doc don't come, we'll probably do. We haven't done an undervalued championship, and I've seen Matt talking about a lot of undervalued books. So hopefully you can make it, Matt, and have a good book to pick for undervalued. Because he showed a few about Supergirl and the characters in the movie, and I think that'd be kind of interesting. So we'll just have a hangout with it. Nothing too crazy like last time. We might have another 1 minute to dig it, but yeah,
Okay. Very cool.
catch us on our respected channels. Check out Matt Likes Comics, Comic Collector Allen, and Network TM just did an interview with me today. So go if you haven't seen that, go
That's
watch
cool.
my interview with TM. And Chonko's on Sector 2015, like I said. Thank you guys for coming. Next week will be FF51. Hashtag enjoy, guys.
I believe it's Sector 2815, and the reason I say that is because in DC Comics, that was the sector that Krypton was in for the Green Lantern Corps, Earth being 2814.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, that's why I named it 15 because Earth's 14. That's the only reason.
Yep, that's where we'll be. See y'all later.